Hello everybody, in this video I will help you to prepare for the June exam. I will discuss question 3 of the 2021 paper, and this topic is sequences and series. Here you will find an extract from the CAPS document, and you can see that patterns or sequences and series, this is a very big topic in the CAPS syllabus. 25 out of the 150, which is in fact 17% of your paper, is on sequences and series. Now this question is predominantly all about the grade 11 quadratic sequences. And if you want to do more revision on that topic, there's a playlist. I added it at the end of this lesson for you. Click on it and please go and watch those videos as well. Let's go to the question. Well, here you see the question. I suggest that you pause the video, quickly answer the question, and then you can go to the explanation. Question 3.1. Consider the quadratic number pattern, and then they give you the pattern. Write down the value of T4. So in order for you to find the value of T4, you are looking for a value that you're going to add to get to the next term. So you will see that this is quite a lot of work for 1 mark. First, you have to find the first second difference. So what does that mean? That means this is term 1, term 2, term 3. And you're going to take negative 122 minus negative 145. And my advice to you is to use brackets, because then it will just be easier and you cannot make a mistake. And then also you will say term 3 minus term 2. So it's going to be negative 101 minus bracket minus 122. And then your first difference there, when you subtract the 2, is 23, and your other difference is 21. Then what you need to do is you need to say 21 minus 23 to get your second difference, and then it gives you a negative 2. Your second difference is negative 2. And then what do you do with this negative 2 is you subtract it from that one, and then you get a 19. And then it's this 19 that you're going to add to your term 3 to get to term 4. So if you add 19 to negative 101, term 4 is negative 82, and all of that is worth 1 mark. On number 3.2, they want us to show that the general term of this number pattern is, and then they give you that quadratic equation over there. Remember, the general formula is an squared plus bn plus c. So we are looking for a value for a, b, and c. Now there's 3 little formulas that you can use to help you, but just keep in mind that they are not on the formula sheet. And the first one, you must remember these, you must memorize them. 2a is your second difference. 3a plus b equals your first second difference, and T1 is A plus B plus C. So they are not on the formula sheet. You must remember them. So if we use the first one, 2A is D2. Remember, we worked it out in the previous sum that your second difference was negative 2, and you can calculate that A is negative 1. Now, the next formula, 3a plus b, is your first second difference. So now you have worked out A is -1. You're going to sub it in there. And then what was your second difference? That was 23. And when you substitute everything, plenty of brackets, you find that B's value is 26. And now that you know what B's value is, P1 is A plus B plus C. So your first term used to be that -145. A you just calculated there was -1, and B you worked out a few seconds ago was 26. Substitute everything in and your C value is -170. Therefore, there's a general form and you have proven what they wanted. So where's the marks? The marks are the formula and the substitution. On this one, the substitution over there, the substitution over there, there's your third mark, and that is where you got your marks from. On question 3.3, between which two terms of the quadratic number pattern will there be a difference of -121? So can you remember in the first sum, we worked out that our second difference sequence was, so this was your first D2, was 23, 21, and we even calculated the 19 there. And then from this, we also worked out that the D2 was -2. So this forms a new little sequence, a new arithmetic sequence, and then there's the formula that you're going to use. So Tn says the value, so the value of that term is -121, and then A's value is this first term of this new sequence of yours, and then the D value you worked out was -2. When you substitute, you work out N, and you find that N is 73. So the question said between which two terms? So it will be between term 73 and term 74. So where's your marks? Your marks are for substituting Tn, the value, -121, and then also in this step over there, after your substitution into the correct formula, and then for working out that N is 73, and then your conclusion for telling the examiner that it lies between term 73 and 74. On number 3.4, what value must be added to each term in the number pattern so that the value of the maximum term in the new number pattern formed will be 1? So if you look at this question, this is that one question that is supposed to be the unseen question that you have never seen before. So I will try and explain to you. So the question says what value must be added. So we are looking for something to add to each term in the pattern so that the value will be the maximum term in the new pattern. So my advice to you, whenever you see maximum, minimum, derivative equals 0. And this is what you're going to do. You are going to take the equation that was given to you, and then you're going to find the derivative. And if you find the derivative, remember it's this 2 that will go to the front, and you will subtract 1, and then for this one, the 1 will go to the front, subtract 1. So you find that for the derivative, and because it's maximum minimum, you equate to 0. And then you work out n, and then the n here means that it is the 13th term. So what is the value of the 13th term? If you take the equation and you sub in 13 in n's place, you find that the value of the 13th term is -1. So let's go back to the question. What value must be added to each term in the sequence so that the value of the maximum term in the new number pattern formed will be 1? So now you've got a -1 as your maximum term. So if you add another one, you get 0. And if to 0, if you add another one, you get 1. So what did you add? You added 1, 2. So the answer is, if you add, you want 1, therefore you're going to add 2. So the answer is add 2. Therefore, add 2. And where's the marks? The marks are for finding that it's all happening at n the 13th term, and then also the value of that 13th term. There's your second mark, and then for your conclusion that you have to add 2. In my next video, I will discuss question 4 of this 2021 paper, and you will see that one is also on sequences and series. Click on the video in the left-hand corner to take you straight to the next video.